Welcome to the Street Cred podcast by BidExecs, where we highlight small businesses with big missions and even bigger capabilities. I'm your host, Elizabeth, and today we're excited to welcome Insight Transportation Consulting, or Insight, to the show. What transportation forecast didn't just predict the future, but it helped build it? That's what Insight Transportation Consulting delivers. And today we're diving into a topic that's shaping how agencies think about transportation and economic policy: quantitative spatial models, or QSMs. Now, they may sound highly technical, but they are changing the way that we measure the true impact of infrastructure improvement investments. Joining me today are David, Ashu, and Haley from Insight Transportation Consulting. All right, team, I want to treat this like a roundtable. I'm going to open up each section, but we're going to keep this conversational. I want you to share as much about Insight's capabilities so that our folks in the government and potential teaming partners can learn about your company. We are narrowly focused on the QSMs in this podcast. In our last podcast, we kept it much broader. So let's go back, and Ashu, will you give us a short elevator pitch on who is Insight?
Insight is a small business specializing in transportation modeling and analytics. Our team here builds and calibrates demand models, develops traffic and ridership forecasts, and integrates advanced data techniques to support agencies nationwide. We are now into our fifth year and are excited about the momentum that we have built here. I'm looking forward to today's discussions on QSM.
Great, thank you. David, why don't you set the stage for us? What makes QSMs different from traditional models that we've all used?
Traditional models focus on traffic counts, speeds, and ridership. That's useful, but it misses the bigger picture: how infrastructure changes the economy. A new rail line just doesn't move people, and a highway interchange just doesn't move cars. It can influence where businesses locate, how neighborhoods grow, and how people access opportunities. QSMs help us capture those ripple effects and ask the what-if question. What if the project doesn't get built? That scenario testing, paired with sensitivity analysis, allows us to quantify the project's economic impact, and Insight's travel demand modeling and calibration experience gives us a strong foundation to deliver those broader QSM impacts.
To build on that, QSMs stand out because they make those what-if scenarios easy to communicate, especially with benefit cost analysis. With Insight's nationwide work, it's not just about data. It's about showing communities and people how projects shape outcomes, impacts, and their environment.
Absolutely. And timing is everything. So, David, why do you think QSMs matter so much right now?
Because the tools have caught up with the theory. 10 years ago, this kind of modeling was too data hungry. Today, we can merge census microdata, GTFS feeds, and freight movement datasets and run them on powerful computing platforms. At Insight, we're already doing this kind of large-scale data integration in our current projects, so the step into QSM is a natural extension. Suddenly, QSMs aren't just academic exercises, they're operational tools for agencies.
Now, this is exactly what communities and policymakers are looking for. With historic levels of infrastructure funding, there's an increasing need to demonstrate impact. QSMs let us show in plain terms where jobs are created, how communities are strengthened, and how investments reshape opportunity.
Thank you, Haley. And David, could you give us some concrete examples of how Insight has already applied these principles?
We've applied QSM-style approaches on projects nationwide. Take the Inglewood Transit Connector. We modeled not only the daily travel, but also event-driven surges from football games and concerts. That meant gathering survey data, integrating operations, and calibrating models to show how big events affect regional flows and access. What impressed the client most was our emphasis on reliability. Everything was documented, replicable, and built for peer review. That's the level of rigor agencies expect.
And Dave, I would also add that for Insight, it's never just about building one-off models. We make sure they stand up to longer-term scrutiny. They fit the regional context and can be used by planners years later. Every model we deliver is designed to provide value and return on investments well beyond the project lifecycle.
Great. And Haley, one of your strengths is translating technical results into something that the decision makers can use. So how do you approach that?
That's a great question. We deliver results as narratives that inform decisions because at the end of the day, this is a community decision. Instead of saying economic activity increased by 1.5%, we frame it as this investment supported 3,000 additional jobs in an underinvested area, or reduced commute times along a corridor, created more access to healthcare facilities, educational facilities, whatever is specific to that area. Now, that's how data guides investment choices that earn community support. This isn't new for us either. Insight has long produced user guides, policy briefs, reproducible workflows so that agencies can apply our models confidently.
And let me add, it's also about designing models that are transparent, not black boxes. Agencies can see how the numbers were built, reproduce the analysis, and explain it confidently.
Great. Thanks, team. And as we wrap up here, David, where do you see QSMs going?
I believe QSMs are on track to become a standard tool in infrastructure evaluation. QSMs will be expected to demonstrate economic and community outcomes alongside transportation metrics. As integration with benefit cost analysis becomes more common, their value will only grow. We've helped agencies connect modeling results into these types of analyses, so we know how to bridge that gap.
When that transition happens, decision-making will look different. Agencies won't just compare project on cost and travel time savings. They'll be asking more strategic questions. They'll be asking whether the investments truly transform regions, spark growth, and strengthen communities.
Ashu, we know there's so much more to QSMs. So for those listening who plan to bid on QSM opportunities and who want to team or government leaders considering a small business partner, what's your message here?
My message is simple. Insight is ready. We have built our reputation on delivering rigorous, transparent, and replicable models that agencies can trust. Whether you are a large firm needing a strong modeling partner or a government agency seeking a nimble small business, we bring both the technical depth and the practical experience to ensure QSM frameworks deliver real-world value and return on investment.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashu. And thank you to the Insight team. If you're a program manager, policy leader, or a potential teaming partner, connect with Insight at www.insighttransportationconsulting.com. This has been the Street Cred Podcast, where we connect capabilities with opportunities. Until next time, build and shape the future with Insight.